Cowabunga! Are you ready to kick some shell and stick it to the Foot Clan and Shredder? Well, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. This time on Power Up! Back to the show. To celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Super Nintendo game released this past week, I thought I'd do a Super Nintendo game. And what other game to do than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. Well then, let's go beat up some foot soldiers now, shall we? In this installment, Krang and Shredder make off at the Statue of Liberty. So of course the heroes in the half shell leap to action to save the day once again. Well, that's the story. Here's how the game plays. In it, up to 2 players can play as either of the 4 turtles, and you can choose from up to, I believe, up to 5 continues, and that is dependent on the difficulty level. If you play on easy mode, you only get 3 continues, whereas playing on hard mode nets you 5 continues, and normal mode puts you in the middle with 4. And actually, you go through 10 levels, one of which is new to the Super Nintendo version. Anyway, attack-wise, the Turtles have most of the moves they had from the arcade game, even the toss the enemies into the screen part, which was really cool in the arcade, and thanks to the graphical power of the Super Nintendo, it is done here as well. And another one of my moves, which is also one of my favorite, besides the toss the enemies into the screen part, is if you do an attack just right, you'll swing the foot soldier side to side over you, and if it hits anybody else, they too will go down for the count. Then that is awesome sauce. Also interesting to note, in the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time, the sewer surfing stage and the Neon Knight Rider stage have been converted into bonus type stages, whereas the arcade game, the actual stand-up arcade, it was just a regular, those two were just regular stages, whereas in the Super NES version, they were converted into bonus stages, whereas enemies only take 1 hit to kill. But at the end of each stage, at those stages, you still fight a boss at the end. So, it's alright, but fun nonetheless. And the boss fight at the end of the game fighting Shredder is different. Whereas in the arcade, you just fought a regular Shredder. In the Super NES version, the game actually takes a page from the second Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, where you fight Super Shredder. But he does have a pattern, and once you figure out his pattern, he goes down pretty easy. As I like to say, like a sack of potatoes. Well, if you can figure out his pattern. And boy, can I figure out his pattern. Okay, so now you've defeated Shredder and Krang, and restored the Statue of Liberty to its proper place. So now you're wondering, what next? Well, never you worry, because this game has 2 additional modes of play. The Versus mode and the Time Trial mode. Versus mode is pretty self-explanatory. You and your friend pick your favorite turtle and go and spar in a little match. But instead of the foot soldiers, you beat up on each other. But you are limited to your attacks you had in the main game, and you can't toss your opponent into the screen, because that would kind of be, cheating, right? And, oh, by the way, you are limited, and also, you do have a throw you can use as well in the versus mode. But I'll let you figure out how to do that one. And in the other mode, the time trial mode, you pick from one of 3 stages you to go through, and it's a race against the clock to see who can clear that stage the fastest. If you do good, then your name will be in the pantheon of the fastest foot soldier brawler ever. Of course though, I don't think the game saves your times, which is kinda depressing, but oh well. Also to note in this game, you can up your starting players to 7, or if you know the Konami code, which is in this game in some way, you can up that to 10 lives to give you an added extra incentive to beat Shredder. Well anyway, I enjoy this game. Yes, it can be a little short. Usually I can buzz through it in about half an hour, 25 minutes, but I don't mind it. I like it, it's fun. This was the game I played in my childhood, and you can get it pretty affordable nowadays. So please, if you get a chance, please pick this awesome game up and bust some Foot Clan and save the world from Shredder and Krang. And as usual, before we go, if you live in or around South St. Paul, Minnesota, or in the Twin Cities metro area of Minnesota in particular, please visit my good friends at Level Up Games. Here is their address. And of course, and also for this episode, here is Level Up Games also has a website you can go to, and here that is. Hello again. Hello. And also, if you're on the internet and watching this on YouTube, please rate and subscribe to my channel. And I also have this posted on my website as well as all the other power-ups and among some other stuff. And that website is www.skakinbacon.com/skakinbaconmedia. And also, I have a stop-motion animation website which I do stop-motion animation stuff. And that site is www.skakinbacon.com/SBA. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another episode of wait for it, Power Up!
Darby, where no turtle has gone before.